Hi everyone, this is Katie and I am back from Junior Nationals and here in my kitchen. As you can tell, I still have some weird fake tanner going on. It's kind of fading, kind of strange, but hey, I like it. It's like the one time of the year when I'm tan is when I actually do a show. So I'm back from Junior Nationals where I placed 6th in figure class E. And it was a really great experience. First national show under my belt. I think now, in hindsight, after doing a national show, an NPC national show, it really was just a great learning experience. I met so many incredible people. I think that that's one of my favorite parts of competing, is being able to meet so many other competitors, even meet a lot of people that work these events, and just kind of seeing what it's all about, building relationships, meeting people that share the same passions as you, love competing as well. So overall, it was just a really fun experience. If you follow me on Instagram or Facebook or wherever, I also power lift, so training is obviously a huge part of what I do and what I love, but figure it's fun to get glammed up, get your makeup done, get your hair done, really just focus on, you know, your posing, your presentation. All of that goes into the entire package of competing in figures. So that was a lot of fun. I traveled to Chicago with my mom. We had a girls trip, and so just it's always fun to be with her and do a road trip, and lots of crazy stuff went on, lots of food that I had to pack, lots of fake tanner. But overall, just a really good experience, and I think I learned a lot of good lessons from this show that I can carry into my future shows, and things to work on, improve on for next show, whenever that may be. So something that I wanted to talk about today in a video, just a quick video. I've been getting quite a few questions. I wanted to make a video on transitioning from clean eating to flexible dieting. Kind of how did I do that? I'm gonna keep this video kind of short, just to give you guys some perspective, because I know I've talked to quite a few people who are maybe struggling. They know reverse dieting works, they know flexible dieting works, they've seen it. I followed flexible dieting and I powerlifted my entire prep all the way through my last week, my peak week. Never restricted any foods, but I have come from a place where I used to follow a what you would say is more of a clean diet, and I've talked about this in one of my prior videos where I talk about clean eating, flexible dieting, kind of what it means to me. So today I just wanted to explain kind of my transition a little bit from clean eating to flexible dieting, and maybe some tips for people who are struggling, because it's not easy. And then my next video, I'm planning on doing a question and answer video. So if you have questions, you can go ahead and leave them down there, just general questions, because I'm planning on just kind of reading them off and doing a video for the next one. So just a little bit of background. I came from a place where I was doing, I won't get into too much detail, but I was doing the clean eating, the excessive cardio, really always focused on losing weight, struggling with binging. I used to be the queen of eating as much as I possibly could in one night and then going down to probably 1,000 calories the next day and doing 2 sessions of cardio. I was up and down in my weight constantly. I was not healthy. I would gain and lose 20 pounds. It was really hard. Anyone who struggles with an eating disorder or an eating issue knows how hard it is. It affects every part of your life. It's not just about the food, it's more than that. And so sometimes I think it's hard because some people say, well, just don't overeat. Just don't do that. Just you know, just don't do it. Well, it's not that simple. Because in our society, I think that there's a huge focus on losing weight, on dieting, and a lot of times it's, especially for women, it's hard to find that balance. So, you know, you're told over and over in the media, kind of you have this idea in your head that the thinner that you are, the better. So what today I wanted to talk about was the focus on the long term as opposed to a quick fix. I would say that finding joy in the journey has been my number one factor to success. That has been something that I have focused on so much over these past few years when I transitioned from clean eating to flexible dieting. When I used to do restrictive eating and excessive cardio, I was pretty miserable all the time. I would binge at least once or twice a week, and then I would try to make up for it by doing cardio, excessive cardio, doing low-calorie diets, restricting foods, only eating vegetables and broccoli, vegetables and chicken, pretty much just greens and protein, vegetables and egg whites, not whole eggs. So I really was very unhappy. And I know a lot of people that I talk to, a lot of people that email me or share their stories or that I meet in the gym, they share a similar struggle. You know, they get this idea in their head, which I used to have too, that the more you suffer, the better your results will be. So I'd say that the biggest, when I finally reached a point where my mental perspective changed, is when I stopped focusing on the short term, getting thin, losing weight, going from this size to this size, you know, stepping on the scale, seeing a good number. Oh, that makes me happy today. You know, if I step on the scale the next day, I'm depressed because it's up. I mean, of course, I still, it's not like it's completely gone and I'm like immune to the scale fluctuations. I still fluctuate in weight all the time, just FYI for everyone. So don't get down if you're going up and down in weight, because I do it too. But really, instead of focusing on the short term and can I lose weight, I need to get thinner, I thought about this from a long-term health perspective. I found Layne Norton's videos on reverse dieting and flexible dieting, and he's my coach. Incredible. My mind was opened. I would encourage anyone who's new to flexible dieting, new to reverse dieting, to look up his videos. They're very informative and will give you more background as opposed to me doing it in this short video. I realized that these years of restrictive eating, these years of excessive cardio, I had damaged my body. I was at a point where I was maintaining weight on less than 1,500 calories and doing double cardio sessions a day plus a lifting session. And I think you have to come to a point in any journey that you're on, whether it be fitness, your work, anything, you take a step back and think, is this something that I can see myself doing for the long term? Or is this just a quick fix? Am I just doing this for short-term benefit, but it's gonna backfire? So all of these quick diets, you know, if anyone puts you on an 800 calorie diet, you're gonna lose weight. But is it sustainable? What are you gonna do afterwards? How is your health gonna be affected? So when I stopped focusing on this short-term losing weight and started focusing on the long-term, what are my goals? Well, I wanted to build muscle. I wanted to build my metabolism. I wanted to be strong. Could I do that when I was eating 1,000 calories and then I was binging on, 5,000 calories and feeling like absolute poop the day after and bloated and hiding out in my room? I mean, there were times in my life in college where I would not leave my house because I was believe it or not, I would not leave my room for a day. I was in college, so I was studying. I would just study in my room and I would not want to see anyone because I had binged and I was so miserable. I felt embarrassed. I felt bloated. I felt swollen when I would feel like around my waist. I would feel pain. I mean, it's a real emotional struggle. I was using food to cure my my frustrations, my insecurities. So I finally reached a point when I thought, this is not maintainable, this is not sustainable. I can't let this unhealthy relationship with food affect every other portion of my life. So I started reverse dieting myself. And that's really when I started lifting heavy. I slowly curtailed the cardio, slowly increased my calories, carbs, and fats. It was following a period of time, it was in early 2013, following a diet that I was doing where I was doing lots of cardio, kind of doing the typical, low calorie diet as well. But and I wasn't stage lean. I was not anywhere near stage lean, but I realized there's more to life than just losing weight for this certain time. I need to focus on enjoying the journey. I love lifting. I love building muscle. I love going in the gym and lifting heavier than the guy next to me. I don't know about you guys, but it's pretty awesome. I love squatting and deadlifting. I love just being empowered. So you have to find joy in the journey. If you're not enjoying what you're doing, then find something that you do enjoy doing. If you hate exercise, or if you hate lifting, then don't lift. If you love CrossFit, if you love running, then go do that. I mean, is that, people ask me, well, is that the best thing for, bodybuilding? Well, of course not. I'm not going to say go run 10 miles if you want to, bodybuild. But you really have to find what you enjoy. You have to find joy in the process. That's something that I really, for my clients and for people who reach out to me with questions, that I really emphasize is that in order to have results, you can't be focusing on the end. You have to be focusing on the journey, because shows will come and go. Powerlifting meets will come and go. The high from, I squatted 347, I'm looking at my calendar, I think it was like eight weeks ago, new PR, tied the national junior record for squat. How long did that high last? Maybe 2 weeks. It's awesome. I'm still very proud of it, but you have to find joy in the process. So stop focusing. When I stopped focusing on the short-term, quick fix, just now, and started focusing on loving the grind. I love training. I love counting my macros. I mean, not everyone does. If you hate it, don't do it. No one's telling you that you have to lift weights, you have to count macros. Now, of course, I'm going to say that that is probably the best way to see results from my perspective, building muscle. But if you hate it, don't do it. Find what you love to do. That's one thing that I really cannot emphasize enough to people. Find joy in the journey. It's not always easy. Heck, was prepping for my junior nationals easy? No. There were times when I wanted to throw in the towel, and I sent some emails to my coach saying, I'm pretty discouraged right now. I get discouraged too. I have horrible workouts. Last night, I had one of the worst workouts that I've had in probably 6 months, to be honest. Now, was I pretty down last night? Yeah, I was a little bit, I was discouraged. My training buddy Jake can affirm that. I was kind of pissed, maybe said a few choice words at the gym, cussed at the squat rack. I was actually cussing at the squat rack last night. That's how bad it got. But you know what? I took that frustration and turned it. I had deadlifts after squats, and I had a great deadlift session. Today I feel a lot better. I'm going to go and, just give my best. It's about giving your best every single day and finding what you love to do. Stop focusing on the short-term quick fixes, because that only led me to go up and down because I was trying to follow these extremes. When you really focus on what do you want for yourself long-term, where, if you put in the work every single day, there's a quote, it's hard to beat a person who never gives up. If you never give up, if you keep working towards your goal, you're going to beat someone, not beat someone, but you're going to be much further ahead of someone who's always looking for the quick fix, who's always resorting to extremes. You really have to find that balance. I don't like throwing that word out there, because then people get this idea that, you don't need to, that it's all about kind of, because when you're a athlete, there really has to be some imbalance, because you're going to be focusing on your performance quite a bit. But you really have to find what works for you, what's going to be sustainable long term. So I hope that this helps maybe some of you who are struggling with finding peace with your journey. It's a hard place to get to, especially when you are dealing with ups and downs, and maybe your training's all over the place, your diet's all over the place. Find something consistent that you can stick to, that you enjoy. That would be my #1 suggestion. The key for results, consistency and hard work. That's really it. There's no secrets. If someone tells you there's a secret, they're trying to sell you something. So, which I'm not trying to sell you guys anything, so I'm just gonna lay it out there. I'm just gonna tell you the truth. So, so I hope that helps you guys. I'm planning, this was just kind of on a whim. An idea that I had that came to my head. Maybe it was the elephants on my shirt talking to me. But I'm gonna do a question and answer video, I think, for my next vlog. So if you guys want to leave some questions down in YouTube or on my Instagram, KatieAnn100, or on my Facebook, I guess I'll put the link down here to my Facebook as well. Then that would be great, and I can maybe answer some of those in my next video. So, all right, well, thanks guys, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.